Hard choices. The next day was Saturday. Pinky didn't want to get up. He had something very hard to do that morning. Maybe the hardest thing he would ever have to do in his whole life. After he heard Amanda go downstairs, he sneaked into her bedroom. "Hey, Pretzel," he whispered, "did you miss me?" He made Pretzel's head nod yes. "I'm supposed to play with Rex today," he told his friend with the curly tail, "but I have to tell her I can't play with her any more." "Why?" "Because she's a girl." "Pretzel, don't you understand?" He made Pretzel's head move from side to side. "That's because you're a pig. If you were a boy like me, you'd know that you're not supposed to be friends with girls. I mean, it's okay when you're a little kid, but not when you're 7. Pretzel looked at Pinky with blank button eyes. It was almost noon by the time Pinky was dressed and out of the house. Standing at the end of Rex's sidewalk, he tried to figure out the words he would say to her. None of them seemed right. "Why, hello there, Pinky," he heard Mrs. Morgan call out. She was sitting on her front porch, looking through her mail. "My name is Billy now," he told her. "What's that?" Pinky went to Miss Morgan's porch and sat on the top step. "I said my name is Billy," he repeated. "Oh, you don't want to be called Pinky anymore?" Pinky shook his head. "I see," Mrs. Morgan said. "And why is that?" "Because I don't like pink," Pinky told her. "And a boy shouldn't have a pink bike. And Pinky is a dumb name for a boy. And a boy shouldn't play with girls." "My goodness," Mrs. Morgan said. "I had no idea there were so many rules for boys. Imagine if you still did like pink and you wanted to be Rex's friend. How hard it would be to pretend to follow all those rules." "I don't make the rules," Pinky said. "Oh," said Mrs. Morgan, "then who does?" Pinky didn't have an answer for that. "You know, Billy, when I was young I decided to follow the rules too. Other people's rules. It was a very silly thing to do." "Why?" Pinky asked. "Do you remember my telling you that I used to paint pictures? Well, I loved to paint so much it was all I wanted to do. But some of the other children made fun of me. They stuck their noses in the air and called me the artist. That hurt. Because as much as I loved to paint, I hated feeling different. So one day I put away all my brushes and never took them out again. I pretended I liked doing the things the other children liked to do. Soon they stopped making fun of me, and over time I forgot all about painting. Then the other day I was looking at that beautiful pink bush, and it all came back to me, and oh, the sadness that came with it." Mrs. Morgan paused. "I know why that bully pushed you down," she went on. "It's hard to be different, isn't it, Billy? And have other children make fun of you. But believe me, it's worse not to be yourself. Don't change for other people, Billy. Other people will come and go in your life. Do what's right for the one person who will always be with you, yourself." Pinky sat for a long time thinking. When he saw Rex come out of his house, he stood up. "Going to play now, Billy?" Mrs. Morgan asked. He nodded, then turned back. "I don't think I want to be called Billy," he said. "Okay?" Mrs. Morgan smiled. "Okay, Pinky. Now run along. Your friend is waiting."